Yo, what's up guys? Kai here, and welcome back to Let's Play Valkyrie Profile 2. Today we're going to learn how to take our equipment to the next level, but before we get into all of that, I know I previously mentioned how this game introduces the bulk of its mechanics early on, but I still want to quickly apologize for the relatively slow pace we've been moving at, and for the general lack of progress in each video thus far. But I really think it's important that we learn how all of these mechanics work so that we can actually use them. And the longer you put it off for, the harder your life is going to be. Trust me, especially in this game. But don't worry, because after today, things are going to pick up and we'll be good to go. So anyways, equipment in this game comes in 3 colors. And in order of overall effectiveness, you have blue, which is low tier, red, which is mid tier, and green, which is top tier. And each equipment slot is represented by a panel on that grid to the right, and each panel is labeled as such. Equipping a piece of armor will occupy the space on the grid. Now, equipping items of the same color in adjacent panels will form a glow around them, and when you attain the glow, you become the master. Wow, nobody's gonna get that reference. Anyways, all the glow symbolizes is what's called a link, and when your equipment is linked together, all of their effects are enhanced. That's what that message means down below in the item description. So it's a really good way to boost your stats, but it's also something to keep in mind when you're looking to upgrade your equipment in the future. Now, accessories are void or colorless, and as such, they cannot form links with other equipment, which is fine because usually their special effect is pretty powerful, and they mostly serve as standalone accessories. Now, the other benefit of linking your equipment together is this is how your characters learn new skills. Only this time you have to pay attention to the rune, or the symbol that's attached to it. And armor and weapons will always have the same rune. Helmets will always have the head rune, and you can find this information down below in the item description. Arms will always have the arm rune, boots will always have the leg rune, so on and so forth. Accessories, once again, is where the variety comes into play. Also, once again, void accessories cannot form links in regards to learning skills because they have no runes. So let's see what happens if we equip the skull receptacle that we picked up in the last video. We formed Fortify Physique, and in order to check that out, you just press triangle to bring up your skill menu, and this is where you can get a description of any skill that you've unlocked, as well as see the required runes needed to learn the skill. In this case, Fortify Physique requires the blue body rune, which is why I bought the leather mail for Alicia earlier, and the blue earth rune, which we picked up last time. You'll also notice there's a progress bar down below, and that will gradually fill up as you complete battles. When it reaches 100%, you learn the skill. If at any time you break the link, you destroy the skill, and you can't earn any progress towards learning it. However, you can just reform it and pick up right where you left off. Now, Mithra actually joined our party with the skill Breakup, which increases the percentage of activating break mode, so that's pretty good. And in order to equip it, you just go to your skill menu like I did here, and equip it. However, every skill in this game requires capacity points in order to equip, and you can either equip up to 6 abilities, or until you run out of CP, just like how it works in Star Ocean 3 and 4. And I believe you earn 2 CP for every 10 levels your character gains, something like that. Now, the other cool thing to know about runes and learning skills, and we'll use Breakup for an example here, is that the order of the runes listed in the description there is not absolute. You do not have to equip items in that specific order. As long as you have those 4 runes in any combination on your grid in a link, you can start learning the skill. And you can also learn multiple skills simultaneously as well. So alright, let's head into the underground passageway and make our way towards Japan. Our first real dungeon of the game, and as such, if you press R2, you can bring up your map, where you can keep track of all of the treasures in the dungeon that you found, as well as your overall map completion percentage. Although in this game, if you complete the map, you don't get any special reward or item or anything like that, like you do in some other games, so oh well. Yep. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. People always want to call me as I sit down to record. But let's see what Mithra can do in battle. He's a mage type character, and he only has one spell right now, which is Frigid Damsel. It's an ice elemental attack that can also inflict the frozen status on enemies if you're lucky enough. But other than that, it's not that good. In fact, it's kind of bad. Remember, against these guys, you want to go for the tail for an easy kill, just like against those beetles. And we have this guy left. Ooh, barely got that direct assault.
Life shines brighter the closer to death we dance.
See, over here we get some more money. Awesome. And over here we get another Warrior's Arcana. One thing to keep in mind when you're attacking enemies is don't let them run into you. Always initiate combat by hitting them with your sword. Otherwise you're going to get ambushed and you're going to start the battle with 0 AP, which is no bueno. Alright, moving on here. And this is just a reminder that you can hold the jump button while teleporting to do an air jump. Like so, and that's how you get up to this platform. Easy enough.
So, anything you want to tell me? What exactly did you do back there? Who was that other guy?
Materialization. The return of the Einherjar to their living forms through an object that contains their remnant thoughts.
Einherjar? You're telling me that the souls of the fallen, chosen for the war of the gods, just float around here?
No, they exist within me. Satisfied?
That look she gives him.
Will he be coming along with us from now on?
If I don't toughen his spirit, he won't be able to exist apart from me. This Einherjar once stood at my side, but his soul now deteriorates from the incomplete transmigration.
But from the voices I hear inside, everyone sounds so alive.
Even a ferocious beast feels insecure the first time outside of its cage. I must keep them at my side until they regain their strength of spirit. That is my duty as the chooser of souls. Help me honor it.
Alright, so what Silmeria hinted at is yet another aspect of this game. And if you check the status of your Einherjar, you'll see that they have what's called a free level. And when they reach that level, which is always 5 levels higher than their initial starting level, you have the ability to release them into the physical world. Just like Silmeria said, you toughen their spirit and they'll be able to exist on their own. And releasing them has a lot of benefits, but we'll go over that in more detail when it actually becomes pertinent. But the cool thing is, once you release them, they're allowed to live out their life as a human. And you can actually meet up with them in the world as you're going through the game and talk to them, and more often than not, they'll actually give you some pretty good stuff. So that's cool, I really like that. But like I said, we'll worry about that later. For now, let's go over here. Ooh, a flying monster. Let's try to fight that new enemy.
We have no choice.
And no, it's not here. Of course not.
Die! Frigid damsel!
You suck, Mithra. If only I could have more than 2 attacks in a single round. Sadly, I have no such way to do that. For now. Let's see, you need to get behind this guy.
Die! Die! Frigid damsel!
Ooh, ambers, very nice. You want to hang on to those because you can sell them for quite a bit of money.
Life shines brighter the closer to death we dance.
What the? Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but this treasure box had an arrow coming out of it. And in order to dodge those, you just wait a second, jump, and you'll be fine. Alright, that gauntlet. Let's give that to Alicia. A little better on the defense, and we'll give Rufus his leather glove back. If you need a recap on the Einherjar, you can get one at that little orb there. Speaking of Einherjar, we have another relic here in which we can recruit an Einherjar, only this one is different. And most of them throughout the game, except for I think 2 or 3 in total. But this one here, you actually have the opportunity to recruit one of multiple characters. And there's a very specific character that I want to recruit here for reasons that will become apparent later on. So in order to make sure I recruit that character, I'm actually going to go back to the save point, save my game, and then I'll meet you guys right back here momentarily. Alright guys, we're back, and along the way, Alicia and Rufus leveled up. So let's see if I can get this on the first try. Hey, alright! Richelle is the character I wanted to recruit. The other 2 characters, Jessica and Sylphide, are similar to Richelle, but they do have different starting equipment and attacks and skills and things like that. But for the most part, all 3 are similar. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I thought it was right here. Got another relic here, and once again, there's a very specific character I'm looking to recruit here. So I'm going to go back to the save point once again, and just meet you back here. Alright guys, we're back once again. Hey, 3 tries. Not bad. Not bad at all. To get Kraad, the Impaler, in your party. He's a really good character. The other possible recruit here is Roland. And by the way, no, I won't be doing this for every relic throughout the game, but there are specific Einherjar that I want to recruit for special reasons. So let's take a look at Kraad. One of the really big reasons why I like Kraad is because he comes with the Fists of Iron skill, increases your attack by 20% in battle. I think they could have worded the description a little bit better, as it's a little misleading, but it's not a big deal. It's still a very good skill to have. And with Kraad, we now have our very first heavy warrior in the party. And if you look to the right of each character's portrait, you'll see a little weapon. And those icons represent which archetype that character belongs to. The broadsword represents heavy warriors, and those are going to be your pure melee characters. They don't learn any spells, but they get all the big heavy hits. The sword represents a light warrior, and their specialty is quick-hitting, multi-hitting attacks to really boost up the combo gauge, and they do learn some spells. The staff represents mages, derp, and the bow and arrow represents archers, and archers have a decent balance between spells and physical attacks, and they also have quite the array of elemental attacks in their arsenal, so they're really good too. Alright, now that we have more than 4 party members, we can access the party feature. Well, you could do this at any time, really, but now that we have more than 4, I figured now would be a good time. This is also where you release Einherjar, should you decide to do that. But for right now, I want to replace Rufus with Kraad. That way I could start working these 3 guys towards level 7. And let's see what he comes equipped with. Okay, nothing we can replace, so we're good. Alright, let's have a look around. We're getting a little bit low on time, but we can do a little bit more in today's episode. Here we get some boots, and 800 off, alright. Let me see if anybody needs those boots. Okay, we'll give them to Richelle. I have to say, it's a little weird playing an RPG that doesn't have random battles for an LP because I've gotten so used to talking with the expectation of being interrupted every 3 steps. Here we get an elixir. Awesome. Okay guys, I decided to show off this battle because here we have the new enemy, the Gremlins. The thing you gotta watch out for these guys is when you break their hammer, they'll start using a fireball attack, which does quite a bit of damage. So you want to kill them quickly.
Frigid damsel!
You can also get an item called Iron Ore if you break their weapons, so you want to try to get that, because we're going to be needing a few of those in the near future.
Frigid damsel!
Actually, that's the leader, so we're going to kill this guy instead.
Prepare yourself.
Oh man. You'll break yourself! Well, that was anticlimactic. It's not the same when you just break their body instantly. Disappointed game. Well, let's get some more items, shall we? Look at that, he just punches the monster. Kraad gives no fucks.
Frigid damsel! Frigid damsel! Die!
You have to try harder than that if you want to live.
Oh, really? Wow, that was a really good experience, actually. Let's do a little bit of backtracking here. You know what? I'll go for a little bit of length on today's episode. I want to get this cutscene out of the way here, and then we'll call it quits. Ah, that little girl in the flashback must have been Alicia. Looks like the sword Pyramid Head uses in Silent Hill. Is he gonna join our party? Sephiroth? Is that you?
My Einherjar.
Stop. Midgard is in trouble, right? I'm ready to go with you.
So your body is strong enough?
As is my soul.
That's good.
Dylan.
Welcome.
Are you sure you know where we're going?
I've been checking our path by reading psychic energy present in objects along the way. I know where we're going.
Well, excuse me,
Talking
princess.
You've never heard of object reading?
Actually, no.
He acts like everyone can read objects. Anyways, here we get the antique pendant, and Dylan joins the party. And of course, our lead female character, who happens to be a princess, also has a mysterious pendant. Absolutely. Standard RPG rule. Come to think of it, didn't Marl have a mysterious pendant? Yeah, I think she did. Anyways, let's see what that does real quick. Increases avoidance by 3%. Sure, why not? Anyways, guys, this is a good time to call it quits here. So, before we end this video, I just want to say thank you for watching, and until next time, have a good day.